Against all odds, we snuck into the playoffs and have actually made the Super Bowl at just 9-8. And we have a similar underdog story on the other side with the 83 overall Colts. However, they actually ended up winning 11 games despite having a worse overall than us and a different schedule. But underdog story in the fact that they upset a number of top teams like the Ravens, the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. I mean, even beating the Chargers, you could argue, is difficult, although the Chargers, I'm sure, with Brandon Staley, found a way to lose. And people always say, dude, it's not a surprise you're playing the Colts in the Super Bowl. We could see it on the bottom ticker the entire time. I simply do not look at it. It's not like a conscious decision where I'm like, oh my goodness, I won't see it. It's going to be a surprise for me. I just don't notice it, which if you've watched the gameplay, shouldn't surprise you. There's a lot of things on the field when I'm playing Madden that I do not notice. But it is Super Bowl time. The off-season episode will be following this one. It will be streamed live on twitch.tv/Bengal and later uploaded to youtube.com/Bengal. It should be a fun one. I know last offseason people were a little bit disappointed with the players we were able to get, but here we are in the Super Bowl the next season, and a lot of these guys have played a big impact for us, like Neil Madsen, and defensively especially Deshaun Humphreys, Kyrie Yankee. That's pretty much it, but those guys have been nice. AJ Terrell has been upgraded to Superstar X Factor. He won DB of the year, and this is Super Bowl week, so the dev traits have gone out. And as for upgrades, not noticing any on offense, but defensively, yes, Terrell up to Superstar X Factor. Jeff Okuda up to Superstar, or did he already have that? I want to say he didn't have it, so he is a new Superstar as well. Kind of nice with our secondary. You know, we could still look at least to consider bringing in another corner, but it's not exactly a huge need. Even Troy Anderson went up to Star Dev. I was like, that looks a little bit different, but I'll tell you who is never getting an upgrade of any kind, regardless of the numbers that he puts up. It's Caden Ellis. I do not get it. He's probably been the best linebacker in the league back-to-back seasons with a ridiculous 20-plus TFLs in back-to-back seasons, 6 sacks in each of the last 2 seasons, no interceptions this year, and he just will never get upgraded even to Star Dev. Unbelievable. Every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy as confetti rains down, and you have a chance to do that for the first time this week. What would a win mean to you? I don't give a shit, dude. It's only the Super Bowl. Good question, reporter idiot. It's just the beginning, obviously. Obviously, it would mean a lot, but my dreams are so much bigger than just this game. I had a weird set of dreams this morning. I feel like my strange dreams that I remember are always after I wake up and go back to sleep. I don't know if it has anything to do with melatonin. Didn't take any today, but those dreams get out of control. I'm not even going to start with them, but we're going to worry about the Super Bowl. Colts, Falcons. Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson versus Bijan Robinson and Trey Lance. What a combo. Trey Lance does have an upgrade before going into this game. Kind of surprised he has not had an opportunity to get up to Star Dev. His short accuracy is going to be into the 90s for this game. But as I've said, the entire upgrade process with Trey Lance, it really is all about getting his awareness up. That's the big thing holding back his overall. And I don't especially care about that because when we're actually using him in the game, I'm not sure awareness really does a whole lot. Throw under pressure goes up, throw accuracy mid goes up, and overall it's not a bad upgrade. We have no injured players for this Super Bowl, but the Colts will be without Quentin Nelson, Evan Hull, and the rookie fullback Ronald Layman. Anthony Richardson's going to be playing up to a 79 overall. Obviously, you have to worry about his scrambling ability. 91 speed is something that if he wants to run, he's going to be a problem to tackle in the open field. Jonathan Taylor, Ronald Layman, obviously we expect to be injured. Or is he back? He's got no injury designation. Maybe it said 0 weeks on that and I missed it. Michael Pittman Jr., or Josh Downs. Alec Pierce has some pretty good speed down the field. Wow. The usual suspects at tight end are not here. Instead, they have the rookie Cliff Hooks. 6'5", 250. Decent enough speed. Good route runner, good hands. Could be somebody to watch out for, as every trait you'd look for as a receiving tight end. Bernard Ryman, Quentin Nelson injured, obviously, so it might be Forrest Lamp. Former first-round pick, I believe. If not first, he was very close. Might have been a second-round pick by the Chargers. I want to say he was a first-round pick. Now I have to just confirm or figure out if I'm wrong. Yeah, the 6th pick in the second round. My fault. Ryan Kelly, Will Freeze, Braden Smith. They drafted the rookie Kari Atwater. That's right. I wonder if he ends up sliding into play left guard or something. That could be a little bit interesting. Kwity Paye, Samson Ebukam, also Ade Adebare, Forrest Buckner, Grover Stewart. And then they have Shaq Leonard, Alexander Johnson, Kyle Van Noy. And then in the secondary, Kenny Moore, I assume, will play in the slot with Julius Brents, Marcus Peters, Darius Rush in there, who didn't even end up making the team, funnily enough. Julian Blackman, Xavier Woods, and a rookie superstar safety, Dante Parker from Ole Miss. Looks pretty good. And we are in Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys for this Super Bowl matchup. Unlikely teams meeting here in the Super Bowl. Falcons, Colts, Lance versus Richardson, 2 top 5 picks at quarterback, both young, and one is a rookie. A rookie quarterback has never started and won the Super Bowl. It has never happened. Will it happen today? Hopefully not. Hopefully it is the Falcons who take home the Lombardi Trophy. The first in franchise history. Colts looking to add another one to the case. This would be number 2 for the city of Indianapolis. Although the Colts franchise, I believe, has more because of the Baltimore Colts. They surely have 1 or 2. So they won once in Baltimore, once in Indianapolis, and they also have 2 NFL championships before the AFL-NFL merger in 1958 and 1959. Those wins would occur. But here we go. Super Bowl time at AT&T, and we are underway. Colts, Falcons, here we go. And here we are. Richardson under pressure already. The rookie Kyrie Yankee gets to him. That's how you start a Super Bowl. First play from scrimmage. Richardson already feeling the heat from the Falcons defense. And of course, the rookie Kyrie Yankee, who's played so well, has got up to superstar development, is the one who makes a play. 2nd and 14 now for the Colts. And Richardson under pressure again. And guess who? It's Kyrie Yankee looking to take home that Super Bowl MVP. Richardson has been under pressure on both of his dropbacks, and he's finding pressure even on some of these. We're playing a conservative defense here. We will let them check down, and that's exactly what Richardson opts to do. The tight end breaks a tackle, but obviously nowhere near close enough to move the chains, and Hooks gets 10 yards. That just gives him 10 more yards of room for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. And of course, we have Cordero Patterson back to return. And here he goes. Cordero looking for space. Gets some on the edge. It's a nice return. 1st and 10. Kyle Pitts has some space here. Not a ton, but Lance throws a beautiful ball. And there goes Kyle Pitts. It has never been easier. Defense showing up, and the offense is matching. I will be the first to admit that these black pants look a little bit weird with the black jersey and helmet because it's kind of a throwback look, but the wrong black pants. These are like the 2000s Michael Vick black pants Falcons, and the top is like the Deion Sanders, Jesse Tuggle Falcons. But don't worry about that. It's all black. Everybody loves all black. That's all you need to worry about. It's 7-0 Atlanta. I can't believe Kyrie Yankee came out and just completely dominated that first drive. I love it. And Richardson under pressure again. Frankie Louvu got there first. Ebukam cleaned it up. I mean, we might have the best pass rush in NFL history. This looks unfair. It reminds me of what? Was it the Broncos Panthers Super Bowl? I know Von Miller obviously just wreaked havoc in that game. But there was a Super Bowl where the pass rush was just... No, you know what it was? It was It was the Bucs-Chiefs Super Bowl, where Mahomes had absolutely no time to throw, and the Bucs pass rush was like borderline unstoppable. Ooh, Cliff Hook's injured for Indy. Caught the ball over the middle, took a shot from Caden Ellis, and he's going to check out for at least a couple of plays. Colts having misfortune here to start. 3rd and inches, they're trying to convert from around midfield. And that is a throw over the middle and dropped by Pittman. Okudah was right there, all over him. Give the ball to Bijan Robinson. Pitts comes in motion because we're running wham. It's a quick motion, but it's motion nonetheless, and we can't really find much. Kyle Pitts is completely uncovered in the slot. Looks like they're double teaming Drake London, and they might rotate over, but not nearly fast enough as Kyle Pitts gets another big gain. Lance going to start out 3 for 3 for nearly 100 yards and a touchdown, about 90 of which going straight to Kyle Pitts. I don't know what this waddle is. It's this weird little like crouch walk. But when he's playing like he is, he can do pretty much whatever he wants. I say pretty much. Don't need him taking any plays out of the Deshaun Watson playbook, as that is going the other way. Throw out of sack, interception, kills all momentum. Kyle Van Noy, it just fell into his lap. Unreal, dude. Unreal. Pressure was there. We tried to force it to Kyle Pitts. I mean, I guess it would have been better to eat the sack, obviously, when we see the result. Kyle Van Noy with the interception. And Richardson gets the ball right around midfield. That is a big swing right there. That is a big, big turn in this game. Oh, no, we accidentally pass rushed because we were supposed to drop back, and there's Josh Downs wide open. Kind of got caught up, and it kind of drags you down. A little bit frustrating there. Wide open space over the middle. Like, I like to show pressure and then drop back because, you know, you might get the quarterback thinking, might confuse the offensive line. And didn't exactly work out on that occasion as Jonathan Taylor gets the ball out of the backfield as a receiver and just had a little bit too much space to operate. Is able to evade some would-be tacklers, and the Colts are going to tie things up. There goes Bijan. What a bad angle, and there goes Robinson. Need to get him the football, need to let him get into space, and we're going to just eat on the ground today. You know, there was ample opportunity to tackle Bijan before he was able to get to that second level, but I think it was the strong safety that took probably the worst angle I've ever seen. It actually wasn't. It was the outside corner. Is that probably Julius Brents, I would say? No, it's Kenny Moore. And he just took a Falcons type of pursuit angle. I mean, if you've seen our franchise, what is Kenny Moore doing? I guess he's trying to read this in case we go outside. But why would we go east-west when north-south is wide open? Awful. Read option could be fun. They actually read Trey Lance, which kind of surprised me, but it worked out really well. Bijan's not really able to do much. 2nd and 9. She's going to check down. I saw Madsen as well. Probably should have got him the ball, but I was reading those corners, came back to the check down, and just decided to throw it. It's 3rd and 8. I think that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Just going to go to the second, maybe get a better play call, try to move the chains. Could be 4-down territory if we get close enough here. We'll have to see. 3rd and 8, play action to Bijan. And I like the idea of getting it to Kyle Pitts. And what is he doing? Is he waving to his fans in the stands? Did he see his mom up there watching him play in the Super Bowl? What are you doing? I think he's NFL open, which is not a ton of space, right? But it's enough space. We give him a chance. Lance knew he was going to take a hit here. Didn't really end up happening. But Kyle Pitts, when we're trying to go run after the catch here, just starts waving. Yeah, I can see you're open. I've thrown you the ball already. What are you calling for? And it would have hit him right in the hands had he actually put them up. What am I even watching? Oh, this is the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Hi, guys. Kyle, please catch the ball. And we will have to punt as a result. Hopefully a good punt, as we need Pinion to pin them. Although it doesn't actually always work well for us, because sometimes when we have them inside the 5, they just run for 95 yards on one play. So maybe better to just keep them around the 12. Make them go about 90 yards if they want a touchdown, but not all in one play, hopefully. And here is first down. Taylor gets the give. Jesse Bates with a decent tackle in space to limit the damage to only 5. Oh, no. Oh, no. They got me that time. Jonathan Taylor, broken tackle. Humphreys can't get him. And Terrell takes out his legs, but it is a massive play for the Colts. Every time we back him up, you're just asking to get cooked. And you know what? To his credit, Richardson targets Deshaun Humphreys, the rookie linebacker in coverage, controlled by me on the play. Yes, I know. And we just couldn't turn up the field in time. It was just, you know what? They exploited a weakness. Hats off to him. And they're going to take a shot to the end zone. Caden Ellis is managing to knock Josh Downs out of the end zone at the last second. Oh my goodness. Josh Downs caught it, mossed Caden Ellis, but only got 1 foot in. College touchdown. But hey, Josh Downs, you're in the NFL now, buddy. That's good defense from Terrell on Pittman. 3rd and 10. Richardson starting to settle in here a little bit. And by that, I mean just targeting me in man coverage. Getting the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Okay, we gotta figure out a way to stop that. Now, I could just not use her a linebacker, but I promise you, I don't promise, but most of the time they're going to be worse than me in coverage. And we're trying to win the game, as there is a flag on the play. Pass is completed to Josh Downs underneath. This could be roughing the passer or a hold, and that's exactly what it ends up being. It's going to come back. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the 21. Really, really bad time for a penalty if you're the Colts. We have to be able to capitalize off that big-time mistake. Throw over the middle. They get it all back in one play, but you know what? They do lose it down. Jonathan Taylor is in the zone. He's got satellite, so he's going to be really good as a receiver out of the backfield, I guess, but another penalty for the offense. This time it's a false start, and I don't actually know who that was. Looked like they said 78. Is that the center, Ryan Kelly? Sure, looks like it. Here's 2nd and 15. All over Jonathan Taylor. They check down, and Josh Downs cannot make the catch with A.J. Terrell wrapped up all over him. 3rd and 15. Play defense. Terrell's in the zone now. We have multiple players in the zone on both sides of the ball. Terrell not going to factor in here. Throw over the middle. And our linebackers are there to stop Indianapolis. But they're probably going to take the lead here. Looks like it's going to be 10-7 as Cliff Hooks is back in the game. His 3rd catch already. And it is 10-7 Colts. How are we not winning this game? Seems insane. Seems insane. It's got to be more inside zone cheese with Bijan. And that's exactly what we're doing. There goes Robinson. So naturally, of course, we have to operate from empty on the next play. There's the tight end, Madsen. He makes a nice catch. 2nd and 5. There's Shaheed. He had plenty of space. What are you doing? Here's 1st and 10. Madsen wide open. They're just giving us way too much space here. They keep running zone coverage, and they're dropping back, giving us a big-time cushion. Trey Lance now, as he continues to develop, is going to be able to find those mistakes, or those maybe not mistakes, but holes in the coverage, and exploit them. And not there. Kyle Van Noy seems to be the one-man game wrecker right now. Gets a sack to force 3rd and 9. I mean, we could try a screen. We don't really want to drive ourselves out of field goal range because we do want to at least tie it here. I'd like to be able to convert, but we'll see what Patterson can do as a receiver. And we got blockers out in front, and just couldn't really take advantage of them. I think that might be more on me than anything else there. Something I'll review when I watch the film. Here's 4th and 3. We're going to call on Young Wei Koo for the field goal. And he is good. 10-10, we are all tied up. Now, a couple things I don't like there. 1, we had to settle for a field goal. And 2, did we give the Colts too much time here? 2-minute drill. They're going to have the 2-minute warning to stop the clock, as well as 3 timeouts. If they're able to move the ball effectively here, time is going to be no problem at all. The big thing, though, is our defense has played well. We can get the football back quickly with a 3 and out, and they're actually going to run the football. So strange. Why would they do that? I mean, I guess you want to stay balanced if time's not an issue. But that draw was just weird. 2nd and 11. A.J. Terrell going, oh no, play the ball! A.J. Terrell was going to go to the house! They were giving you a touchdown in the Super Bowl, A.J. Terrell, and he knocked it away, wanted nothing to do with it. 3rd and 11, though. Defense playing well, and they're going to run the football, and they're getting blocks. Bates cuts down Taylor, who falls for the first. I cannot believe that just worked. That's crazy. All right. A minute and a half to play. We'll see how aggressive the Colts get. They might actually try and score now. Great ball from Richardson. Ooh, that's a good route from Pittman. Okuda was close, but not close enough. And that is another first down for the Colts. I still can't believe that Jonathan Taylor run ended up being a first down, and that's, you know, really why they're in this position right now. Otherwise, they probably punt on 4th and short. Our defense is good here. Just keep them in front. Colts forced to use their first timeout. Probably going to come away with some type of points unless we get a turnover here. We'll see what we can do. It is a screen. We read it well. Humphreys can't make the tackle. Maybe Caden Ellis can. He does, and he keeps Jonathan Taylor in bounds. Clock still ticking. Colts probably should have used a timeout there. They wait a couple more seconds before calling it because the Madden logic is just really stupid. Here's 1st and 10 from the 30. Colts into the green zone. Quick throw and caught by Alec Pierce. Clock continues to tick. Consider calling another timeout, but they're going to let it keep ticking. Now just 20 seconds to go in the half. All hopes of a touchdown are kind of going away here. They want to check down. They're not going to be able to score a touchdown. That's their final timeout, 12 seconds. Like, if they're smart, they do have a shot to the end zone here. I don't know how this is going to work. I could definitely see them checking down and not getting this, and then the half ending. They do check down, and we can't get to downs. He gets out. They might settle for a field goal now with 7 seconds, though. And they're not. They're going to keep bringing out the offense. I mean, it's what you could do, but you can't mess around here without any timeouts and only 7 seconds. Has to be a quick shot to the end zone. And there goes Richardson on the run under pressure. Barely is able to get rid of it. He caught a big break, and here comes the field goal. Colts going to have the lead going into the locker room, 13-10. We surely have no time to answer, even with a second left on the clock, maybe. No, it's going to be triple zeros. But, all right. Playing down. We've been here before. Not lately, but we've been here before. Plenty of time. Not a big lead at all, obviously. It's just a field goal, so I would say it's pretty much tied at this point, especially with us getting the ball at halftime or to start the third quarter. We have the momentum right now. Or even if we don't have the momentum, we have the opportunity to take the lead very, very easily. So we have the advantage, in my opinion. You just have to go out and prove that. The Super Bowl halftime show is presented by Underdog Fantasy, and these are my picks for Saturday and Sunday for college football and the NFL. You can use code BENGAL, it's my channel name, to get a first-time deposit match up to $100, meaning if you deposit $100, they will give you an extra $100 for free. So, and that will work if you put in 10, they'll give you an extra 10 to play with. But I've got the Texas stack per usual. Xavier Worthy, higher 66.5 receiving yards. Adonai Mitchell, higher 50.5. Now, they've done a weird thing that I don't like. It's not weird, I guess, but I don't like it. Where they don't let you kind of stack the way you used to, where you could take Quinn Ewers' higher passing yards and then combine that with receiving yards for his receivers. They now make you choose either touchdowns or receiving yards if you want to match it, and you can't do touchdowns for both. You can't do yards for both. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I'm going receiving yards for the Texas receivers and passing touchdowns for Ewers. No Jonathan Brooks. I think they're going to air out the football a little bit more against Iowa State. Marshawn Lloyd is facing one of the best run defenses in college football with UCLA and really hasn't got the football a ton lately. So I think he's going to be under or lower than that 53.5 mark. And then Ollie Gordon had a not-so-great game against UCF. Oklahoma State just kind of got boat raced in that game, and I think they're going to look to get him back in that Heisman conversation with a big game against a not-so-great run D in Houston. As for the NFL, I've got, first one is a weird pick'em entry, and that's just guys with really low numbers that either don't get the football very often or I think could exceed that with these numbers just being a little bit too low. So we'll start with Michael Mayer. Different offense now, and it's going to be one that involves the tight end a little bit more. Jakob Johnson got cut because the fullback doesn't feature anymore. So I think with more 12 personnel, you're going to see more tight ends getting the football, and that's going to directly impact Michael Mayer. Top 35 pick in the draft, or top 40 at least, right? He's going to be somebody that the Raiders want to get the football to a little bit more often. They use higher than 18 and a half. Cedric Tillman gets a couple targets a game, and they just haven't connected. I'm going lower, 11 and a half receiving yards. Kyle Phillips has been on a tear lately with Will Levis. He's been higher than 22 and a half in each of his last 3 games, and significantly over in his last 2. Marvin Mims does not get the football. Was a little bit injured as well coming into this week, so again, if he gets 1 or 2 targets, which he hasn't got in the past 3 weeks, has not got up to 2, I think he's going to be lower than 14 and a half. You do run the risk, though, that if Mims gets the ball, it's going to be down the field. So he could definitely go higher if he connects. And then Dontavian Wicks has also been over lately, or higher in each of his last 3. He's becoming a bigger part of this offense, getting the football more often. And against a not-so-great pass defense in the Chargers, I do think Dontavian Wicks goes over. Put $5 on that. But again, I would choose maybe 2 or 3, play it a little bit safer. And the last one is maybe more of a true entry. It's Luke Musgrave and Jordan Love. I've combined passing and receiving yards. I guess you just can't do it with college for some reason. But I like those 2 matchups a lot against the Chargers, who allow a lot of yards to tight ends. George Pickens to catch 3 or more passes against the Browns. Njoku's got a great matchup. I know he's got Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback, and I really considered taking rushing yards higher at 20 and a half. But Njoku did well with DTR last time out. Pittsburgh is not amazing against tight ends. They're okay, but Njoku continues to get the football more and more and more, and I think he's going to mesh well with DTR. We've already seen it once, so kind of the safety net for the young quarterback. And then James Conner, just a good matchup against the Texans. He's been higher than this when healthy, so I'm going James Conner to get 60 or more rushing yards, and that is my set of entries for this week. Use code BENGAL on sign up at Underdog Fantasy, and thank you to Underdog for sponsoring this video. All right, third quarter of the Super Bowl. It's 13-10. We need to come away with this victory. Good drive here to start. No mistakes. And we've gotten really good at not turning over the football, but of course, we get a crazy one to start this game after our touchdown. Really unfortunate, but we're not going to let that hold us back here. We're going to run the football to start. We're going to find some space. And couldn't really find any. DeForest Buckner making a heck of a play. Now, he has played in a championship game before with Oregon, right? I think the Oregon-Florida State national championship, Buckner, I want to say, made a big play in that game. Now, there was definitely a forced fumble. It was returned for a touchdown, not by Buckner. It was Tony something. I remember him, but I don't remember him. I don't think he was ever an NFL player. Tony, not Franklin, not Robinson. Tony, I don't know, and that pass is batted down. I got to figure it out. I know pretty much nobody's going to remember the player. They might remember the play. I swear I remember this guy. I just can't come up with his name. Okay, so a correction. So it doesn't change. DeForest Buckner has played in the national championship, but they've never won. That's right. They went on to play Ohio State, and they lost. This was actually the Rose Bowl game against Florida State, and it was Tony Washington. Tony Washington returned a fumble 58 yards on a blocked point after. Very interesting. Did not have the details at 100% there, but close. It's hard to remember individual games and moments. That was too conservative. That is too, I don't want to make a mistake. Let's just check down instead of getting aggressive, which is the entire reason our offense finds success in the first place. London's not an awful option here. Probably not a great one, but not awful. But Madsen's the guy we have to wait on and get the football to. He's going to be wide open. Obviously, you got to worry about pressure a little bit, but we would have had time. We would have had time. And he's not as open as it would appear, because his safety breaks down on the ball, once it's thrown. But I really do think it would have been open, and I don't think any of these guys are really dropping back to cover that. I think Brent's would have been beat over the top, to be honest. So just got to get a little bit more aggressive in that spot. We'll try to convert on 3rd and 8. Bijan might not be an awful option. We're going to check down to Shaheed. Make somebody miss Rashid. And Rashid Shaheed Does what he needs. Gets the first down. 4th catch for 44 yards for number 22, which is half of 44. There you go. There's some math for you. We're going to roll out with Lance. He does not have the speed to turn the corner here. Gets stopped for no gain. Quiddy Pay. Great contain. And we're sacked. I mean, that's just, what are you going to do? Ebicom up the middle, just flying to the quarterback. And that's a really bad time to take a sack. 3rd and 18. And it's just a really tough distance here. Now, if we can make this 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4, maybe, I'd be okay with that. There are not a lot of routes on the field that would help us do that. So we're going to throw for Pitts. And the timing was just a little off. Safety was a little bit too close. That probably is a first down if that safety is like a yard away. But a nice play, and we unfortunately are going to have to punt. I don't want to have to do it, but 4th and 18 from our own 37 is just not something you can do. Not at all. Good punt, though. I really felt like we were going to end up taking the lead to start the second half, and that is certainly not what happened. And now we have to stop Jonathan Taylor. If the Colts feed him here in this 3rd quarter, they could run out a lot of the clock. And sometimes we're able to stop the run so well. Other times, not at all. Because we just oftentimes have trouble tackling, especially at the 2nd and 3rd level. Like, our linebackers need an upgrade. Caden Ellis is nice, but he's pretty nice because I user him, let's be honest. That's the one thing I do fairly well. But he doesn't really tackle open, you know, like, as often as I'd like. Makes a nice tackle there on Alec Pierce. Troy Anderson's the same deal. He's fast. And then our corners and safeties, I mean, they never tackle. It's read option. We read it fairly well, but just can't shed the blocks. But Ebikadi does all the work. Richardson had a lot of space, didn't take any of it. Humphreys I like, but he also misses tackles sometimes. Good defense there. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 42. I would definitely say this is 4-down territory. I do not think the CPU would agree. But if this is like 4th and 2, I don't know how you don't go for it. Got to be worried about Jonathan Taylor or the tight end Cliff Hooks. 1st and 10. Trying to just fill the lane there, but Taylor just bouncing off every tackle. 2nd and 1. Oh, we got to get out to Jonathan Taylor. He was going to be wide open. Richardson did not have the patience to let that play develop. Hits Will Mallory for the first, so you could argue it's a good play nonetheless. But it may have been a touchdown to Jonathan Taylor. Now, they might want to take more time off the clock, but that's gambling. As Caden Ellis is able to kind of scrape over and make the nice tackle. I don't want to talk trash about Caden Ellis. He's sick for us, right? But, I mean, he's kind of like got a time bomb attached to him in a way. He's like 30 years old now. He's normal development, 75 overall. How long is he going to be able to play at the level he's been playing at for us in Falcons franchise? That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We are down 13-10. Colts looking to make it a 2-possession game. We need to stop a touchdown at all costs. I'll tell you, after the first defensive series and offensive series for us, I really thought this Super Bowl was over. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's not like we blew a huge lead or anything. We've only scored 10 points. But it has been anything but, with some freak plays and the Colts just being like just a little bit better than us up to this point. Caden Ellis, nice tackle, but Taylor forces his way into the end zone. That is a touchdown Indianapolis. It's going to be 20-10. Just really looking to avoid that. They took a lot of time off the clock. Still plenty of time left in this game, but it's not looking as good as it could. Let's say that. And now Jeff Okudah's injured. I mean, we're going to throw him back out there. You got the entire offseason to get healthy. We need you. All right. Just took a poop. It's going to be the poop herd round the world when we come back and win this thing. Down by 10, 8.5 minutes to go. Here we go. Let's do it. I want to take a shot to Drake London, but you just can't do that. We're going to go to Bijan. He's going to make somebody miss. There goes Bijan Robinson. He's still fighting. Picking up a nice gain down to the 42. Now, I thought that was a read route. All right, it was an option route in the secondary. Drake London didn't do what I expected him to do, but the check down works perfectly when you have Bijan Robinson out there. We're going to try to get outside. It's just not going to work. Just stop containing, please. I need Drake London to not get lurked here. I can't throw that. I keep wanting to roll out, but it's just not there. And we're going to throw it away again. Oh, my God. I mean, we got to start moving the football here. It's 3rd and 10. And I have checked down to Drake London with Trey Lance. It's 4th and 6 from the 46. We are obviously going to go for it. That's why I'm comfortable checking down there, making it a little bit more manageable. I like the post from Drake London. I think this is going to be a successful play. Yeah, I like this a lot. We're going to throw Bijan on a Texas route. Didn't expect it to go that way. Thought it was going to be the other side of the field, but I guess we didn't snap the ball. Good stuff! It's all slot 2 buck. That's the entirety of what they can offer me is slot 2 buck. All right. I'll trust it. I don't like what we have from Madsen, but if I streak him, then there's a conflict of interest. Not necessarily what it is, but then there's two guys that are too close to each other. I could see this working quite well. Bijan on a wheel. We're going to make guys make decisions. That's what it is. Long developing stuff, but it's got to be open. And there's Madsen. We made the safety make a decision, and Neil Madsen converts on 4th and long to keep our Super Bowl dreams alive. Oh my goodness. Gotta love it. Okay. 1st and 10, 6 minutes to play. Oh my goodness. Again. Just get out of the tackle box. We just lost 23 yards scrambling because I thought I could run away and throw it. Okay. We're selling. That's what's happening. No, this is unbelievable. That was brain dead to run back that far. I mean, no way around it. Get it up to Madsen. You got to make a play. 3rd and 33. We need to get into field goal range. Slot 2 buck. I might try the same thing that worked last time. Except Jonnu Smith is on the field now. It's not quite the same thing. Let's get him over there. Okay, this is interesting. We might have man coverage. That's a distinct possibility. Bijan check down could work wonders here. I know that sounds crazy, but that could be the X factor. I'm going deep to Shaheed. You gotta burn him. Awesome play. Awesome play to get a hand on that. We just couldn't get the pass lead out in front. Now it's 4th and 33. Should I run slot 2 buck, you think? I hate this game. We'll go middle, high, low, which is not that different. And we need a miracle. It's going to be it's Shaheed or Peoples-Jones, probably, maybe Kyle Pitts. We have Shaheed. Get it down the field. Rashid Shaheed, and we overthrow him. So the issue last play is we couldn't get the ball out in front enough. And ironically, we don't end up converting on what would have been nearly impossible anyway, but we had it because we threw it too far. Just devastating stuff. There goes Pittman. And it's slipping away. Oh, and it's read option. It's going to be an Anthony Richardson touchdown. That's like shades of Vince Young in the Rose Bowl against USC. That might be the dagger, unfortunately. That might be the dagger. We had it, too. We had opportunities, and now we're down 27-10 with 4.5 minutes to go. Okay. Well, we know what we're up against. We need to score right this second. That's pretty much what it is. They have full momentum. A kickoff return touchdown would be immense. Couldn't find it. We just need to take deep shots. And checking down with Rashid Shaheed is not exactly what that is. Oh, I don't want QB draw either. We just got to snap it. We have 4 minutes to go. And they are so comfortable giving us the check down as Rashid Shaheed fumbles. And that could do it. Kenny Moore on the recovery. That could do it. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. I'd be surprised if this were not just a run right up the middle. I know they're in the gun and they have trips left. They are actually going to throw. And they're going to complete it. And get the touchdown. That's Cliff Hooks. I mean, obviously it hurts when you score only 10 points in a game. It's going to be tough to win those, but our defense just, I mean, they gave everything they had on the first drive. Pretty much, right? Got a lot of Kyrie Yankee. And then the rest of the game, I mean, we've allowed a lot of points. Our offense, I think, is the biggest problem, but we allowed 34 points. And yeah, that's just disappointing, obviously. That's all I got. Disappointing. We would need, just to map it out, instant scores every time we touch the ball. And, it's not going to work, and onside kicks. It is a tough combination of things to need. A touchdown doesn't even get us close to back in this, is what is really the most unfortunate thing. Doesn't move the needle at all. 4th and 10, this is our last chance to do anything. And we try to throw it up to Donovan Peoples-Jones, didn't have the time. That is the ball game, which we pretty much already knew at this point. You know, it's funny. Last episode, I said I'd rather face the Colts in the Super Bowl than the Chiefs. I stand by that, but man, I can't imagine how bad the Chiefs game would have been if this is what we're dealing with here. 34-10 as we come out and score 0 second half points and allow, I mean, at least 20, right? Was it? I think it was 13-10. We allowed 21 in the fourth quarter. I mean, look at the graph. We never left a quarter with the lead. We had the lead at the start of the game and just completely fell apart. This was a really bad one. This was a bad one. That interception with Trey Lance on the throw at a sack was just devastating. Bijan Robinson got the ball 5 times. We should have run the ball more. No question. No question. Obviously, in the fourth quarter, it would have been really tough to do that. But third quarter, Bijan needed to touch the football more as a runner. That's for sure. Only caught the ball 3 times for 19 yards. Kyle Pitts, 3 for 108. But the difference in this game, it comes down to not giving Bijan Robinson the football enough. And there were some times where we stopped. You guys know I don't like running on second and long, 9, 10 plus. But we should have just done it because we know Bijan Robinson can be successful. He was the X factor for us, and we just didn't let him get after it. All of our pressure really came on that first drive. And then after that, I mean, completely shut down. Just a tough loss. That's all I got. Well, there you have it. Colts end up winning the Super Bowl as Lamar Jackson was MVP. Anthony Richardson gets Super Bowl MVP. Mike McCarthy, Coach of the Year. Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt on the defense side of the ball. And then your Rookies of the Year are Vikings quarterback Alex Hayden and Colts safety, who we saw in the Super Bowl, Dante Parker. Even made a nice play in the game as well. But that is going to do it for Season 2 of Falcons franchise. The offseason episode will be next as we look to bounce back in Season 3, get back to the Super Bowl, and this time come away with the win. Sorry for the disappointment. We're going to get back after it next year. See you in the next one. Take it easy.